You have more faith than I have in me. Friends, welcome to Battletech Solaris Nights, episode 110. The Hillbilly versus the Neko Killer. You may have noticed you did not get your full dietary recommended supplement of 6 gladiators in the last 2 weeks. Scheduling is hard. We're doing our best. We're trying to get everybody in. But I don't think stopping the show until, we get those wayward strays in is a good idea. So we're just going to have to delay storylines and play things by ear. That said, Hillbilly, you have received a full set of 4 suits of Apex Dragons branded clothing.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And that was a suit, right? Formal wear,
Yeah.
gym wear,
Yeah.
casual.
Sure.
What was the other one?
I don't remember. Business casual.
Right. There we go. Perfect.
Oh. Yeah, other than that, almost everybody's talking about the dropship theft.
Yeah.
And the blatant corruption that obviously went with it. Now, look, Solaris is a corrupt planet, right? But
Sure.
something like this just doesn't happen. It's outside the rules of the game.
This is exceptional.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And normally when there's an incident like this, right, you'd get half a dozen wannabe terrorist groups claiming credit just so they could get a little bit of screen time, right? Nobody is claiming credit for this one. Because they know you pop your head up on this, the diamond sharks are going to hammer you back down using your spine as the hammer.
Yeah, that's an intense one.
Yeah.
100%. There's a lot of scrutiny on this from all sides. It's valuable stuff.
And before you move on to anything else in today's match, you should know that your opponent has invited you to skip your interview and instead attend a not available to the public or publicists tea ceremony with him.
Oh, interesting. This was, what was their name again?
Well, their moniker on Solaris is the Cat Killer, the Neko Killer.
Right.
But his actual name is Takamori Kenta. Most people just call him Ken.
Kenta. Yeah, Hillbilly will accept the invitation.
Okay.
Always interested in new culture, or at least new to him. Interesting.
Yeah, what do you got going on?
Well, what I got going on, let's see. After I reached out to Seth to check, what his response to some of his detective work in his previous episode would be. And he let me know that essentially what Seth would have done would have been to log his performance report with just the notes that indicate that, these mechs were checked out for training. There was no gun cam footage to review, unfortunate, and essentially that, and also a note that lines up with, Alex going missing, right?
Yeah, but he's now presumed dead.
Yeah, exactly. So this is just something that Hillbilly, obviously very interested in his own stats on things, would have seen the report and noted that item, which, given the stable's history over the years with various interesting actors, certainly has him a little bit suspicious and concerned, or just nervous, on top of everything else that's happening, right? Word of Blake and otherwise. So yeah, keeping all that in mind, I guess one of his first stops would be to go and check in with Elizabeth, just sort of do some well wishes, hope you're, moving on to bigger and better things, etc.
She has not lined up an engagement she's willing to talk about yet. Mm-hmm. She has a job she's going to, but she won't tell anybody what it is. She has received some offers, of course, beyond just that. But yeah, Elizabeth just invites you into her office, but doesn't offer you a seat, and just says, William, appreciate you coming here and saying that, but let's talk about what's happening with you.
All right. Well, sure. What's what's on your mind?
You're starting to climb the rankings quite high. You've surpassed the other gladiators. You've always been seen in a sort of leadership position. Whoever occupies this chair after me is going to need help wrangling these gladiators. Obviously, you all have no trust for me or the rest of the business. I'm trying to find someone who you might trust and respect, but even then, they're going to need someone to help guide their way in the company. And I'd like to ask you informally to help ride side saddle. Be the welcoming party.
That's, I appreciate the confidence to make that statement to in me, and the idea of my own stability, hopefully being able to be extended in that way. Elizabeth, with you leaving and some of the stuff that's gone around, with Alex going missing, some of this, it's just feeling a little bit interesting around here again. We've had our ups and downs and complications, as you're well aware. I'm not sure what the stable's future is moving forward here. Can we survive your exit and everything else that's going down? I'll be honest, I'm a little pessimistic about it.
Do you even know what I do here, William?
Do I? I think you are the influence between us and the money.
Mm-hmm. But you don't know what my actual job is.
You know what? I don't think I know what your day-to-day happens to look like on any given moment.
I feel like that was my first mistake.
Well, definitely I would say that on my side of the table, decisions have been made and things have been, interesting between the Mech Warriors and you for a while, but that's not, I'd say, a reflection on you as much as it is a necessity on our part.
I know that being the best at something, as a gladiator is on Solaris, specifically a Mech Warrior, leads them to believe the position engenders a sort of confidence within you that you must be right. And that arrogance is dangerous because it has led all of you to believe that not only can you break corporate policy, you can also flaunt the law. Not just of Solaris, the Lyran Alliance, but just every law in the inner sphere is open for interpretation. You're so used to using violence at the workplace, you started using it outside of your mechs.
Well,
have you seen what Seth did to Alex?
What do you mean? Out of character. I don't recall this moment.
Seth, as part of training Alex in the clan ways, used to beat the absolute shit out of him.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe those were his
How
words.
much did Hillbilly notice that? That's interesting.
Yeah, it's corporeal, physical punishment is the clan way.
Elizabeth, we've got what is the story of Apex Dragons if not the story of a clash of cultures? It has been a ride, and I am hanging on for dear life half the time.
Is there anything else?
You know what? No, not specifically. I just wanted to wish you well, let you know that, despite everything, you have always had my respect, and I certainly know that you did your best to keep what you just described in check. So
she gives you a look that makes it clear she doesn't believe that she has your respect.
Oh, okay.
You lied to her, so.
Well, yeah, but That's hard.
Yeah.
For her to understand what he's. Well, yeah, I mean, if she asks and if she were to go at that directly, he would respond. But
Listen, it's been a long time since I watched the show NCIS, but there was a line that always stuck with me where, you know, like some beat cop was like, "You think you're so much better than us? What makes you different?" And, you know, I think it was Gibbs was sipping at a coffee and turned while opening his car door and said, "Every suspect that I investigate is a trained killer." You know, like you guys are all more or less killers. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of you have literally killed people in the arena. Some of you have killed people outside of the arena.
I've avoided both so far, I think. Right?
So far. But it's rough being in a room full of people who are adapted to killing people, and then they lie to you about the measure of violence and lawlessness that they have.
I see. Yeah, but see,
I'm explaining this out of character, by the way. Elizabeth wouldn't go into this detail because she doesn't care anymore.
She's checked out.
I mean, she is checked out. I mean,
yeah.
I'm explaining why she's checked out, because everyone lies to her all the time.
Right. And of course, you know, but from Hillbilly's perspective, it's purely a matter of self-preservation, right? These, like you just described, these are dangerous trained killers that you need to keep on your side because they are on your left and your right. But that is fair. Yeah, I guess he'll take his leave of Elizabeth with those well wishes and, you know, moving on from there.
The last thing you see as you're leaving her office is Elizabeth compiling statistics about her time in Apex Dragons. You know, made the company X number of dollars, Y trillion views, etc.
Gotta get that resume out on the whisper.
Yeah. I mean, even if you're leaving the job, you gotta update the resume to reflect your curriculum vitae to reflect your
especially while she still has access to all the records and everything. Yeah. She can get the good stuff. That's funny. Going from there, he would make his way to Astrid and Linhilder, or whichever, if they're both together or one or the other.
Okay. They are in separate places. Which one are you looking for?
Check in with Astrid, I guess, first.
Okay. Where would Astrid be right about now? Astrid is getting a makeover for her new character design reveal.
Okay, interesting.
You know, lots of hair redoing. But she shoos away the person in the middle of it because she's been here for, you know, hours. Makeup, nails, etc.
Is it more glam than her previous look, would you say?
I mean, her previous look was the Norse goddess of ski shooting.
Right, which I was picturing as like Vikings, but like, you know, like
yeah, it's very Vikings. I wouldn't say it's specifically dirty, but it's not glamorous in any way. Right. This is going for a more actressy look.
Okay, polished.
It's just, you know, Natalie Portman. I wouldn't say at the height of her career because you never really know with her. She's just like,
sure.
Oh, you haven't heard from me from a while? Here's a straight up banger.
That's the career to have.
Star Wars era Natalie Portman. Okay. Episodes 1 and 3, not 2. We'll forget 2. I got it. Doesn't really. Right? She's going for the sort of clean, wholesome, appealing to the masses, not particularly. I mean, the hunting thing, as many hardcore fans as it would attract, turns away many of the casual fans, right?
Sure.
She's switching from the hardcoreness to the casualness. And, you know, there's always the risk that by trying to go for a much wider casual audience, you alienate your hardcore fans.
Of course.
Yeah,
They missed the edge.
it's true. It's like Eddie Guerrero. He made it though.
Yeah, that's true. That's funny. Okay, well, yeah, Hillbilly will walk up and say, I like what's going on here. This is looking interesting.
Her body language has not changed at all. It's every bit a person stalking silently towards you, firm handshake.
Just like way too relaxed. Scarily so. Yeah, no, that's
William, what can I do for you?
Astrid, I've been hearing some rumors that I just thought I wanted to check in on. Things have been, hey, nothing's ever, what would I say, normal around here, but it's been a time lately.
Sure.
And I've been hearing some rumors that you might be looking for the next thing, or what's your future's looking like? Is that any truth to that?
There is a pro Rasselhag organization that is starting to gain a lot of sway publicly. A movement, really. Organization is not broad enough of a term.
Mm-hmm.
They need a face, and they've asked me to represent them in the gladiatorial arena. I am a patriot.
So are you leaving Apex Dragons to do this? Are you going independent?
Right now, I don't think so.
No?
I have no reason to leave, and many reasons to stay. I actually been thinking about my situation a lot, and I think it's a bit like yours, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. You certainly are successful and stable. I think the stable would certainly lose a lot if it lost you. And I got to admit, I heard what I heard, and it had me thinking you were out the door. And that put me, right up a tree. I was not sure about how we could.
You don't need to worry. Even if I leave the stable, you'll still see me again when I take your rank.
Yeah, there it is. That's what I appreciate about you. Always going to keep it honest.
She gives you the 100% smile that I can't do.
Yeah. Hillbilly would go for the punch at the shoulder there.
All right.
And just,
she punches you back, but she's made of a
harder.
solid brick of muscle.
Yeah.
It's not that she's trying to punch harder than you. This is just her default speed.
Right. Yeah. She doesn't know to pull it, or doesn't have it within her to. Well, that was really the biggest thing I wanted to check in on, because like I said, I don't think this place would be the same without you. And certainly, I don't know if I would want to be here if some of my favorite people, the people that I think I can trust the most, start jumping ship. And with Elizabeth leaving, things are crazy. What does the stable look like here a year from now? I didn't know what it was going to look like 5 years ago, but we got here anyway.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think Elizabeth leaving is going to change anything. I'm not joking around. We basically run the stable on our own.
It's true.
We are independent mech warriors. We're less aligned than many stables. We have a lot going in many different directions.
Yeah. No, I mean, hey, that's a good point. There is no one true theme to what we are.
Not everyone is as close as you and, let's say, Cosmo or previously Kyle.
Yeah, I mean, we are much more of a loose confederation. That is for sure. That's a good point. There's just always so much heat coming our way, and
a lot of you make your own troubles.
Yeah.
Listen, if you're tired, just take a break. Let your rank slide for a little bit.
Well, see, that makes me itchy. I don't know. I got more to do yet.
Well, the other thing to do would be to hit number 1.
There we go.
Then you get to pick and choose your matches.
There we go. I guess at least I got a goal, I guess, huh? Well, that was always the goal, just so we're clear.
You're not that far away.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
think
you're
you can
chasing
take
me.
the number 1, but
What rank is Astrid now?
oh, I don't know. She's less than you, but higher than most people. I mean, she's over 50.
Okay.
Or under 50, depending on which way you look at it.
Yeah, that Vapor Eagle of yours is definitely hot on my tail. So even at number 1, I don't think I'll be too comfy, but it might be nice to take the foot off the gas a little bit. I always appreciate your insight. Could you pass along to Lynn Hilder? Like I got her back too. Like I just don't want her to feel fully alienated. I certainly never meant to push her in that direction. What happened was unfortunate ultimately.
Lynn Hilder is paying for mistakes and ideals that others attribute to her that she doesn't have.
Fair enough. Well,
I appreciate that you're looking out for her, but
all right. I just want you to know I'm not in that camp then, I guess. Well, I'll let you get back to your beautification, your process. Let me know if you need any consultants. I know people who know people.
I think Zuri has acquired a good team for me.
All right, perfect.
All right.
Finger guns and catch you later.
Locusts descend in every direction upon her.
A flurry of powders and
Yeah.
pastes.
Clippers snipping that hair.
Horrifying. All right, well, I think those are the major couple little investigatory things I wanted to do before my match. If I'm skipping the interview, though, what I will do is the Hillbilly will be launching a series of commercials and print ads and WhisperNet pop-ups related to his latest offering, the Billy Goat's Brew.
Billy Goat's Brew coffee. Here, I thought it was going to be a beer. All right, Billy Goat's Brew coffee.
Yeah, light, middle, and great big are the 3 roasts that you can acquire. And a portion of the proceeds will be going to Punch Clock's Pilots, or whatever the foundation is named.
I want to tell a somewhat 18-plus story about sizing of things. So, audience, if you're under the age of 18, stop listening for the next minute and a half. So, NASA originally mostly only sent up male astronauts, right? And they've always had problems. The male logistics officers didn't understand how many tampons a woman might need in space, and so they included like a bouquet of dozens of them. But when it came to male astronauts, they offered 3 cup sizes for you to pee into in space. I mean, this is like a holster you have to attach to yourself. So it was small, medium, and large. The problem is that all the astronauts would take large and it would fall off and they'd end up peeing on the International Space Station with it floating around. And, in Apollo capsules and all of this shit. So anyway, it was a real problem. They had to change the names for all 3 to like big, humongous, super radical or something like that. And then insist that people take the correct size one. And no one told the astronauts any part of this for years.
Oh my gosh.
So what I mean to say is the way we name the sizes of things is totally meaningless and arbitrary.
Utterly fair.
Yeah.
And Very funny.
All right.
This naming in this case is also a reference to the three little the Billy Goat's gruff.
Of course, the Billy Goat's gruff. See, that's how you name things. There has to be a reasoning behind it.
It helps.
You ready to make a roll to secure that?
Oh, let's do it.
Yeah.
All right.
The 7.
Yeah.
What kind of bonuses
and
you
that's
got?
corporate, right? So that's
Yes.
an 8, I guess. Total. Yeah.
All right. Didn't secure that +3 yet. All right. Okay.
No.
I mean, you're selling coffee to the most urbanite, socialite. It's just one of many on this world. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Like,
yeah, it's a brand. It's out there. It's on
there.
shelves.
You've turned a positive profit flow, right? Like your company's making money, but you know,
this isn't the hit.
Yeah. I didn't want you to think it would be a runaway success like other meme fads like Beanie Babies or Mountain Dew Code Red or Baja Blast or
Baja Blast. Yeah.
I
mean, you gotta travel to Taco Bell for it.
I don't know what to say to that.
Fair enough.
Maybe just skip the Mountain Dew and stick with the king of all sodas, Sprite.
All right.
You must have sodas. And it should probably be a Sprite or something similar like a 7-Up twist or.
You know, I like a ginger ale every now and again.
Ginger ale is also fine. You know, got a little spice to it.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know who likes ginger ale? Your opponent today. You are invited to a traditional Solarian tea house, which has been in continuous operations for over 200 years, owned by the same family. He has taken the opportunity to replace the tea master today to serve you directly as both host and participant. So he's wearing, I want to call it full samurai armor. But this is the modern Draconis Combine samurai armor. So while it shares a visual representation of something you might have seen pre-Meiji era, for those at home, I'm talking about before the movie The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise. Slightly earlier than that particular era.
Sure.
It's made of incredibly lightweight super materials that weren't available back then, right? So a lot of it is fully functional, but decorative, right? Mm-hmm. What would once have been a cast iron plate is replaced by a exceedingly thin, still fully functional carbon fiber aramid weave or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Right. And then it's been made to look like on the outside, it's still cast iron. But it weighs a hell of a lot less. So it's not too uncomfortable to move in. Kenta is wearing... Have you seen those festival masks in Japan? Specifically the Matsuri masks? There's the really traditional Kitsune one, which is the white one with like the fox ears and the orange paint on it. Yeah, I got you. He's wearing something that's actually closer to the Buddhist representation of the lucky cat. Okay. You've seen this before, probably several times. Yeah. Usually at Chinese restaurants of the cat with the paw type deal. Yeah. It's that, but he has 2 more masks on his left shoulder. One is of some sort of gray jaguar with its right ear broken off. And another is of you've met Ezekiel Novacat before, correct? You fought him? Yeah. It's a Novacat with the right ear broken off as well. Okay. So these are masks that he could take off and put on, but instead he strapped them to his armor. I see. He begins the tea ceremony, which, if you've never attended one, is ceremonial and complicated as hell. there's a lot of significance, like never moving in 4 actions. It might take 4 actions to serve the tea, but he'll do it in 2 and 2 to ensure that he never does anything in 4 parts, since 4 is bad luck in traditional Japanese etiquette.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like Hillbilly would have read up a little bit, just enough to know what he was sort of expected to do, and he's doing his best to to like meet the normalcy or expectations.
Probably there's a little trivia box somewhere in your guide that indicates that 4 means she in Japanese, and she means death. So so for instance, you might know the direwolf is also called in the inner sphere the daishi, which means greater death.
Okay. Because
it's just a big fucking death machine.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a good name. I
mean, wow, it's really actually not a really good name. Imagine if you saw an Abrams tank coming towards you and you were like, that's a big death. I'm gonna call that Big Death. The people who made Battletech did some cool stuff, but when they tried to work outside their comfortable language range, it did not work out too well.
Look, there's one universal constant, and it's that naming things is hard.
No, it's easy.
It's okay.
Let me tell you about my OC character, Parsnaps Julovich. Just made him up right now. He's a ginger farmer who loves to make gingerbread houses, ginger cookies, ginger tea. He makes Werther's Originals with his own blend to include extra ginger in it.
He sounds so wholesome, and yet somehow I feel like he's going to die tragically.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the life of Parsnaps Julovic. He always wanted to lean into his Polish heritage, but he was just too Lithuanian to do it. See? I didn't just name the character. I included a full backstory and like nationalist racial motivations on top of it.
He's got a culture now.
Yeah.
Where was Battletech? Or where were you when Battletech needed you?
I was like 5. So
yeah.
I'm sorry.
You have failed the future of the 80s.
I tried to be here for Battletech now, but Battletech would be fucking tripping, yo. So he finally takes off his cat mask and sets it down beside him. There is, in the Draconis Combine, an enclave of African samurai that harkens back to the original African samurai. So this was a guy from the eastern coast of Africa that ended up in Japan and was just like, I want to train to be a samurai. And then he did it. And he became legendary throughout history.
Yeah. There's a Netflix series, right?
Yes.
That's based off this?
Yep. So several, like 30 or 40 years ago, a man named Minoru Tetsubu in the Draconis Combine basically revived the African samurai legends as part of the Genyusha and Wolf's, is it Kel's Hounds? Yeah, and Wolf's Dragoons. Those 3 military units competing with each other and eventually warring with each other. This guy is not a member of the Genyusha, and he's not part of that faction, but he's part of that ideal of just being a Draconis Combine citizen who becomes a samurai. And you can see he's quite old. I mean, he's in his mid to late 50s, salt and pepper hair. William, please drink. He sips from his tea. It's interesting. It's like green tea, but there's been a little bit of mint added to it, mixed in there. There's also something at the bottom of it. You know, normally you'd really try to cleanse the tea to keep any, I don't know whether you'd call it dregs or debris, but something has been left in intentionally by him at the bottom.
I'll take another sip and investigate.
I mean, if you're into green tea, it's good green tea. High quality.
Sure, yeah. Refreshing. It's
prepared with care.
What I'll say out loud.
The organization which you ascribe yourself to I have no respect for. But for you, I have great respect. And in today's battle, I believe that while ranks may be won and lost, there will be no winners and losers. Only two who follow a warrior's code.
Thank you, Ken. May I call you Ken?
Yes.
I
May I call
really
you Bill?
appreciate that. You know what? Yeah, I'll allow that. I appreciate that a great deal. Solaris is a complicated place, and I absolutely prefer when I can approach a match as a pure competition between two equals like this. Thank you for inviting me.
You came across my attention recently when you defeated Chusa Shmao. I have always upheld that there are many ways to follow a warrior's code. And while Shmao upholds many of the tenets and attributes of the warrior's code, we have come to differing philosophies beyond that, which is ascribed in Bushido as being a thing that a warrior may have happen. There is not unity. You acquitted yourself poorly in that battle, but I reviewed your other matches, and you are certainly a worthy speaker and a man of honor.
Yeah, Shmao put me off my game, and I made some choices there as a result of some emotions that I let get in the way.
Bushido
I appreciate
is
that.
a path, not an ending. You must walk it. Sometimes you falter.
Yeah, I mean, it is absolutely about the journey.
Remember that self-control is the only control you really have.
You know, how do I put it? And I agree with you fully. It's the struggle for me has always been to keep that in mind when I get in the thick of it. You know, to maintain that level of detachment's hard. You start making bad choices. That's but I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to work it out. I appreciate that though. What about you? How'd you brush up against Shmao?
I defeated him.
Well, there you go.
I came to the games world last year after being victorious at the Battle of Luthien. I have been maintaining my captured mech, and it was determined by my superior officers that my time of retirement had come, but that my time of use was just beginning. I am honored to consider continuing my service to the dragon in this way.
That brings you here.
I am not officially on duty anymore, but I serve the coordinator, and through him, the spirit of peace and cooperation in the inner sphere.
Yeah, peace and cooperation are something I can get behind for sure. I look forward to this fight. I think it will be entertaining.
I agree. That is, unfortunately, not why I have called you here today.
Well, what can I do for you?
You have found yourself close with several members of the clans, have you not?
Yeah, off and on.
I must warn you away from any false attempt at understanding them. There are many warriors' codes throughout history. Bushido is certainly not the only one, but almost all of them call for a lack of cruelty and an understanding of and for compassion. You will find in clan society that this is utterly lacking. They do not understand compassion. They have only the highest measure of cruelty. They talk
You're not
about
gonna...
trials and a focus of war, but when they came to Luthien, they did not stop in their conquest to consider civilian lives lost, to consider the loss of the machinery needed to run the Draconis Combine. They only came to kill and to die. They are a people that encompass what is less human and more machine. They have no honor. They cannot be trusted. And anything that they say or do towards you is an act simply to perpetuate a juggernaut of war. These people think in the short term, but their leaders have a long encompassing plan. The truce at Tukiad will soon be over, and they will flood across our borders. They did not send their massive armies. They only sent a small force to engage us. They bid arrogantly, and they will not do so a second time.
Well,
do not find compatriotship with Carl or Seth.
My response to you would boil down to something you sort of alluded to, which is that the clans do not really take compassion to heart. But I tend to. And in my case, I approach clanners with compassion. But I do agree that the clans themselves, the governing bodies and goals that they have, are not ones that are going to... well, ultimately be something I can support. That's for sure. I've had more than a few offers, from there. And every single time I come up against Ezekiel Novacat, he's trying to convert me and get me onto their team. I trust me, it's never going to happen.
You have mistaken compassion for trust.
Yeah.
I have compassion towards those who I have killed. I did not want to have to do this. But that does not mean you can trust them just because you want to believe in them. They are a people built on a foundation of lies who are here to enact a grand crusade to rule over us. Yeah, any act of charity or friendship on their part should be viewed with the utmost scrutiny as part of that plan.
Yeah, I mean, individually and as a whole, they can be very unpredictable in terms of, thinking like we think, right? They have their own agenda. I don't know what changes. Terra was the goal. What does that look like? Terra's now in conflict. Who knows what's going on there? We still haven't really gotten the full picture. I don't know what that does to their plans. Either way, though, I know a whole lot of people are in for a whole lot of hurt sometime here, because I agree with you. The truce isn't gonna just poof be done and things just stay as they are. It's gonna get messy. I don't know where I'm gonna be in that whole mess, but I'm gonna do my best to navigate it with, like you said, honor and compassion if I can. Do you want something from me? Do you have a request?
I have no requests. I simply wish to make sure that you were prepared for what is coming.
Well, and he'll hold his hand out and say, I appreciate you reaching out, and just know that, hey, you've got a friend in me. And good luck tomorrow.
He gives you a nod and then puts his cat mask back on and waits for you to leave.
Okay. Well, I will bow and make my way out.
All right. Let's do this then. You'll bring in Buttercup.
That's right.
Your
One
boy
the only.
here is bringing his captured but excellent Stormcrow Prime.
There it is. Terrifying. This was one of the clan mechs that I would happily have piloted.
So 2 ER mediums.
It's absurdity.
Sorry, 2 ER larges over 3 ER mediums. It's pretty fast, and historically in the fiction of Battletech, it's been used as the leadership mech of several different extremely important characters who are too cool to be seen in large, big, clunky mechs.
That's right.
Specifically, the current champion of Solaris is a Stormcrow pilot by the name of Kai Allard Liao. He captures one, I think, this year, and then pretty much uses it for the... Oh, no, he captured it before now because he used it when he was at Cenotaph. Yeah. So he used his dad's Centurion with the TSM hatchet bullshit until he got a Stormcrow, and then he just Stormcrowed for the rest of his life.
I mean, the Stormcrow is super good.
The new head of
Just
Clan Wolf uses a Stormcrow as well.
It can spit out a ton of damage, and it doesn't even like overheat.
It's fast. It's fast, like anime fast. Like you see a movie, you're like, yeah, it's fast. Very solid medium mech. Yeah, he brings it out onto the battlefield with like the full colors of the Draconis Combine mustard soldiery. On its shoulder is a royal blue stripe with the Japanese katakana for 2 on it, indicating his rank within the DCMS, where he retired officially. There is not a lot of artistry or pomp to his coming out onto the battlefield. It is simply a cruise, neither a walk nor a run, a cruise, confident cruise, moving forward in the way that only a clan mech with their superior balance and faster movement can do. It's almost like a casual power walk of a Stormcrow with its laser arms just shoop, shoop, shoop.
All right.
What about the entrance for you?
Let's see. I think coming into this one, we get a bit of a Western twang to the intro music.
No.
You know,
is it guitar or is it a slightly off-tuned Western piano?
Oh, I was thinking guitar, but there's probably let's say there's a little bit of that piano in the back end part of it as well. You know,
one of those pianos that will play the music around the cylinder for you.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Emphasizing sort of the like samurai spaghetti Western sort of vibe, right? Like, you know, of the duel situation. And it's similarly, it's going to be a sedate walkout. Buttercup this time carrying the prop musket, and Hillbilly will basically salute and then fire off the giant prop musket and say, "Let's do this."
Okay, he immediately starts charging towards you.
Prop musket drops, and so do I.
7. Sorry, he has 8 because he's
oh, okay. Well,
soldier.
Pick your side.
Did I lose?
Oh no, I lost. Yeah, I had 5.
So you're right. I do pick the sides. I will come in from the west to keep the Western Gate meme alive.
Okay.
Very popular nowadays.
Let's see. What do we got?
Coming to
from
do
the
at
west. The time. I will. I suppose. Drop in here.
Maybe it doesn't start charging toward. Go ahead. Oh wait, we got to roll initiative. What am I talking about? I got a 6.
I also got a 6.
Well. Turns out them dash read 10.
4.
Go ahead, partner. Make my day.
You got it.
All right, now just to keep the anime Japanese sword fighter bullshit alive, I need to win this match by hitting you multiple times in the head in round 1 so that I can be like, that is the way of Ayado. You know,
So
if
it
you move
is.
forward, you're going to have to make a PSR for moving through that rubble, right?
Is that right? I did
Yes.
not know that.
Yeah, it's PSR at +1.
I thought that just added +1 to the movement for the rubble.
It does that too, but
Okay. Okay. Well, would you mind if I changed my facing slightly?
no, please do.
Oh shoot! I guess we'll go this way. Why
So
not?
the
Let's
trees
do
on
that.
this map are fake, right? They're decorative.
Yeah, yeah.
So
That
I
makes
don't want you to
sense.
have to think you have to move through a
No,
forest.
fair enough.
It's a single large
Well,
desiccated wood tree.
that makes more sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, and 9. Do I want to do that though? Yeah. Let's start off this path.
He moves backwards to follow you as you move backwards.
Oh. What's that put us at?
12 by my count.
12 it is. All right. I fire first, huh?
You do indeed.
UAC 10 in ultra mode at medium range. Start at 1 + 2 for my run, so 3 + 1 for your walk. So hitting on 6. That'll do it. And that's both shots hit. First shot is this from the front or the?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so right arm for 10.
Okay.
And second shot is right torso for 10.
All right. I give them their pilot check modifier out here.
Yeah.
And I'm shooting back with the Alpha Strike. Largest first. Well. Betrayed by my own dice. That will hit left torso for whatever clanny or large is. 10.
Okay.
Okay. The math for this is different. Long range, and I don't have specialization. Okay. 3 ERs. That's a miss. Miss. That's a hit. Right torso for 7.
Okay.
Seems as if you get the better of him at the start.
Take it.
He remains standing.
It's a 6.
Four.
Well, after you.
Go ahead.
All right. Let's see. I guess we will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that puts me at 3.
Yeah, got 7 hexes.
So you shoot first.
Indeed, I do. Ten damage left arm. Okay. 10 damage right torso. Seven damage left torso. Seven damage right torso.
That does go internal.
You're good for now. Wow, everything hit. Right leg, 7.
Okay, that's good. You need to spread that out.
Savage alpha strike. Absolutely sick.
That was brutal.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm firing back with the AC-10 in ultra mode and 5 medium lasers. So AC-10 hits on 7. That's a miss, but I will use lucky. And that'll do it. So that is both shots hit. First 10 to the right torso.
Internal.
That is just a 6 on the crit, so no crit.
Fortunate for you.
The second 10 go to right arm.
Internal.
That is 11 on the crit, so what is that? 2 or 3 crits?
11 is 2.
2. Okay, first one is 2-1.
The shoulder.
The second is 2-2.
Upper arm actuator. So I have a +3 to shoot with that arm.
It's not terrible. Okay, first medium laser hitting on 8 is a miss. Second is a miss. Mm-hmm. All right, third is also a miss. I am going to use a lucky on this one.
Ezekiel Novacat's in the audience. He's going, it's as I foresaw.
Ah, also still missed. All right, fourth. Oh, that's a miss. Fifth and final. That'll hit. Location 9, so left leg.
Okay.
For 5.
What else you got?
That's all I got from firing.
Very well.
You get your pilot check as well. I have a pilot check. Did I get that? Yeah.
Yes, you took way more than necessary damage for that.
And I am good to go. All right. Initiative.
I think if you play Mega Mech, there would actually have been 2 piloting checks because you took over 40 damage.
They do stack that way.
No. That's only in Mega Mech.
Yeah.
It's an option.
7.
6.
All right. Well, after you. Forgot my heat. Right. And let's see. Go ahead and activate Supercharger. We're good. And turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Can we see each other?
We can, depending on defender's advantage. So you get to choose, because I'm shooting at you first, whether this hill's in the way or not.
I see. Oh, first, let me set my movement die. 1, 2. It's just you have a +3 to hit with 2 of your weapons. Can I survive that? I think that we will go ahead and say it does not get in the way. You got to math all that out.
Yep. Right arm for 10.
Okay.
Right leg for 10. Miss. Left leg for 7.
Right.
Center torso for 7, and that's actually the difficult to hit medium laser one. So
Beautiful. That was
you didn't
honestly
anything
as good as it
critical,
could have gotten.
Your armor is raining off of your mech.
It sure is, but you spread it out in all the places that I kind of needed you to. So at this range, I'm firing again AC-10 in ultra mode and 5 medium lasers, hitting on 5 for the AC-10 and 6 for the medium laser. AC-10 first. That'll hit. And first 10 go to the left leg. Oh, is this left side or?
You're on my front arc.
Oh, I am. Okay. So yeah, left leg for 10.
Got it.
How's that leg doing?
It's 10 left. Could hit it again with that same weapon and not make a difference.
And that is left torso.
Sure.
For 10. And first medium. Oh, that missed. Like what you said that left leg was doing. Oh, still plenty of armor. All right, we're gonna go ahead and use a point of lucky on this one because I kind of need all shots to just go anyway. Do I? No, actually, we'll let that slide. It's not in a good spot. And second medium laser. Oh my God, that's a miss, but we're gonna lucky that. And still misses. We love it. All right, third medium laser. That is gonna hit. So right arm with a 12 on the crit. So I think that just blows it off.
Correct. Big loss. Those CR large laser clans are not easy to replace.
Yeah, fourth medium laser is a miss. Well, we're gonna let that go. Nothing special. And final medium laser. It, gosh, I just can't catch a break on that one. We'll use one more point of lucky. I have one left after that. It's which is not the lucky day, is what that is. So that's it. That's my fire.
I believe we both need to make piloting checks.
Yes.
He's good.
I'm good as well.
At this point, he uses his deployable cat ears that inflate quickly on the top of his torso's rear parts. So deployable cat ears come out as he turns towards you and begins the final rundown.
Okay.
7.
So what's he got left? He's got ER large and ER medium.
2 ER medium. There's one in the head.
Oh, there it is. 7. I also have 7.
Rerolling is in my favor. 10.
You win this one. Let's see. Oh, got to do my heat from last time too. So that's gonna put me at
Oh yeah, how hot are you?
I am at 10 heat.
Slowing down, are you?
Just a touch. Really wanted to win initiative on this round, but
You're now a 5-7. You think I can be beaten by a 5-7 mech? Forget about it.
Forget about it. I don't know. Is this pipe count as partial cover?
Yes.
It would, huh? Well,
Yeah.
I will back up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, so he's shooting your left side.
Okay.
All right, well, you know what they say, Hillbilly. When life gets in your way, have a nice day.
Oh, that's right. Well, what happens here if I do the okay, yeah. I'm going to fire the same thing I have been. That's AC 10 and 5 medium lasers.
I think so.
That's going to put me with a shutdown roll. So
Good.
let's see how this goes. And we are at 1, 2, 3, 4 hexes in range, which, that's fine. Let's see, 1 + 1, 2 plus your 3, so 5 to hit for the AC 10 and 6 for those medium lasers.
Forget the partial cover.
Do you get partial cover?
Oh, you're right. You're adjacent to it. Never mind.
Yeah. Okay. AC 10 first. That'll work. That is a 10 damage to your right torso.
Actually, I do think I get partial cover as well.
Do you?
I'll show you, because you have to go through this hex that you're not adjacent to, which is still partial cover. So it offers partial cover in both directions.
Over here. Okay.
Yes. Yep. You have the one you're adjacent to, and you.
I thought you had to be adjacent to partial cover in general.
I also thought that, but apparently that's not the rules. If there is cover between the two of you, you both get the partial for it.
Interesting. Okay. Well, that's how it goes, So
right
either way, that does
for
hit.
10.
Right torso for 10.
That knocks the torso off, which is 2 fusion hits.
Like that. And
just so you know,
what is
even
the,
with the
what's
two
the, what do you have to
fusion
get on the
hits,
crit? An 8? What's that?
just with the 2 fusion hits, that's not enough to make me heat up because I lost the weapons that would rely on that heat.
That's totally fair. All right.
Also
And
+6.
yeah, first medium laser hitting on 6. It wanted to roll. All right. That's location 6, right torso for 5. So that transfers what, center?
Right torso for 5 goes to center for 5.
Yeah. Second medium laser is left torso for 5.
Okay.
Is that internal or?
Nope.
Third is right leg for 5.
Okay.
Fourth, that'll do, is left arm for 5, and that blows the arm off with a 12 on the
Not
crit.
internal.
It's, oh, right.
It's actually totally fresh.
Is it?
Yes. That was the first hit.
Bummer. Well, next time. Was that the 4th medium laser? Yeah.
Sure.
5th. And that's location 5. Right leg, is that internal? No? Bummer. Because that would have
Pretty
also
sure my
blown the
right
leg
leg
off.
starts with more armor than any part of your mech, except your center torso, apparently.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Clans love heavily armoring legs.
They do.
All right. Return fire. And any leg hit will be eaten by your partial cover.
Yes.
I'm attacking on the left side. That is a hit. That is... My god, it worked against me. Left leg, so...
For 7 or 10?
It's eaten by the pipe.
Oh, right. Dirt.
That will miss. That will also miss. Wow. All right, so I don't just gain 10 heat. I actually gain 22 heat. So 22 plus 22 is 44, which is exactly my dissipation rate. So I gain 2 for running.
Pretty good. I have to roll for shutdown.
Please do.
4 plus. All right.
You're now a 3/5 battle mech.
That's right.
Well, I guess you have TSM, so you're actually a 4/6 now.
Correct.
You're now
yes.
capable of moving at the same speed as most assault mechs. All right.
Yeah. Initiative time.
You're living life really dangerously. You're starting to get up to ammunition explosion territory.
Totally. I know what I'm doing. I'm riding the line.
I have a 4.
Right. I have a 5, so after you.
Well, I will edge reroll my initiative.
Oh, why would you do that?
6, 7. Well, I do that because now's the time to control the tempo of battle. That's why.
I fully agree. It's just, why would you do that to me?
Oh, I understand.
All right, so let's see.
You're one of those not in my backyarders.
What
do they call them? The
I want
NIMBYs?
to win. All right. So yeah, I'm at a 4. Yeah, 4/6 with TSM. Okay. And I will activate Supercharger. Works out. And let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I will open comms on this one and say, Ken, it's been keeping pretty tight here. I appreciate the competition. You want to keep going?
I can understand if you wish to withdraw.
Well, I would understand if you don't want to lose your baby.
It's 9 hexes, I believe.
Yep.
What will you do? Can you afford to stop firing at me? Lower the tempo now?
What I will do is fire. Let me think. Math real quick. I will fire. Oh, yeah. Okay. Just the AC-10 and 1 medium laser. And that will come out at 1, 2. So 5, and this is, we said 9. So that puts me at 7 to hit with the, no, sorry. 6 to hit with the AC-10 plus 1 for the heat, 7. And then 8. Yeah, 8 for the medium laser. All right, so AC-10 first. Hey, all right, that is 10 damage to the left torso.
Okay, that's internal.
2 crits. That is 1-5.
Double heat sink.
And 2-5.
Reroll.
That is a 6-5.
Reroll.
3-4.
Double heat sink.
Oof. Could have been better. All right, medium laser.
Just 1?
Just 1.
How unfortunate for you.
Does hit, yes. And that is center torso for 5.
Lackluster. Not even enough to make me fall over.
Bummer.
Alpha striking. That's right torso for 10.
All right, well, that will shear that clean off, and that will
That's it for
shut
you.
me down.
See where the other shots fall. Miss. Wow, this was a close match.
Really could have used that.
Whipping around, torso parts falling off, arms everywhere.
Yeah, that was a good one. I
The
appreciate
engine
it.
block falls out of your mech because he just shears the side of the mech off. Buttercup goes down.
Yep.
Oh
man.
With the side of his mech, smoke pouring out of it, with less grace than before, limps over to you and looks down at your fallen mech and, salutes you in the same manner that you saluted him with the musket.
There you go.
And then turns to stalk off the field.
You want to close?
Anything else you want to do, or go to a post interview, or?
I mean, that's really all I got. That was a super tight match. It was a lot of fun.
Let's talk about repairs for this thing. It's totaled.
Yeah, that's totaled. So that's internal, right?
It's all right. James is paying for all of it. So as long as you remain willing to put yourself on the forefront of the Hero Training Academy pamphlets.
Of course.
And never do anything that might upset them.
Yeah. Can't lose twice in a row, right?
So it's 2 for internal, 1 for custom for 3. And then -1 for your
for
mech tech. So I'm just going to go ahead and charge Grimdark James's bank account of infinity.
Man, if those crits, that last shot had just gone to the 1 and the 2,
The engine,
one.
yeah. I know you were searching for it.
I was hoping. That was close, though. I mean, coming up against the Stormcrow, which is like, that's a pretty good mech.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's pretty good. What was well, I guess I have to research to know that. I was like, what is his gunnery?
It was low. It wasn't as low as Martial Law, guy with the 0 with the 1
the
gunnery
0.
score. No, it was a 1. It was
scary.
a 1. The number of characters with 0 in the Battletech universe is like less than 5, canonically. Most of them have fought on Solaris, however.
Which makes sense. It does.
It's a place that attracts a certain type of people, you know?
Yeah.
Good mech warriors, crazy people. Yeah. 110 and post match. What do you want to do?
Post match. Let's see. Hillbilly starts working on next phase of the Immortal Warrior at the Battle of Warhaven. He's working through some of the stunt work, trying to do the choreography, figure out what that should look like, come up with some of the big scenes, right? And he's really thinking about, a chase scene through an industrial park, right? The kid like sets like a forklift to go at the mech's legs. Maybe that spears one of the joints, and that starts to turn the tide. There's like conveyor belts that switch on, and like, acrobatic free running type things happening. Working through that process.
Let me say this. I'm just going to go off on a tangent again. In the MCU, when he was first introduced, Sebastian Stan was the Winter Soldier.
Uh-huh.
And the fights and the knife work in that were so amazing, you didn't see it again until Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
They had some really complicated, highly technical fights that you didn't even see in Captain Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But at that point, he had gained enough experience in acting that he was now like an emotionally evocative actor that people could identify with, unlike the cold Winter Soldier who was mostly like a stunt double, essentially.
Right. Yeah.
So
make it look good.
I was thinking you were going to go for Captain Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but it sounds like you're going for Winter Soldier, with like lots of free running and parkouring, gunfights, knife fights. This is a child, right? Like
no. Like the stunt work is meant to, in this case, the idea of this sequence is to like drive home that this is like physically impressive, right? Like no normal child should be able to elude or evade a mech, right?
I don't know. I've seen kids, they can elude adults pretty well. They just run around in circles until we're out of energy.
That's
accurate. They can get into small places that we can't. Then you stick your arm under the bed, and you're like, "Is that a kid or is that a cat?" Either way, it's
but the
biting
small
me.
Places. That's exactly what this scene's about, right? Because it takes place in an industrial park. So she's shooting through like a little culvert or a tiny little fence opening, and this mech is crashing through giant machinery, like hurting itself in the process.
I love the CGI of like the kid swinging out of a vent, doing one of those triple flips before landing, and then the building explodes in a shower of bricks as the mech comes through it. Perfect.
Right. Sparks flying everywhere. It's glorious.
Cool kids don't look at explosions. All right.
That's right.
I want you to make a roll for organizing this then. Entertainment, Perfect. Of course. You aren't doing the business side of things. Nice.
Homework.
Okay. Listen, there have been some leaks of the script. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, I don't know how much I want to say, actually. Let me just say this. There were leaks of the script of Eternals, which included a line, Icarus flies into the sun, which, makes a lot of sense. It's literally what Icarus does in Greek mythology, but I didn't understand how literal it was until I saw the movie.
Oh, no. That just came.
There are leaks like that. There's nonsense lines that will make sense in context, but for now, people are just like, what does this mean? People are building hype. There's a conspiracy board connecting the actors. And, there's people that are like, could we expect a guest star appearance from, based on the location and the timeline, perhaps that character from Immortal Warrior 22 could make a reappearance after 20 years. I'm thinking he'll be there.
It's the grandpa.
I mean, look, you know, the classic coming of age hero story always needs a grizzled old mentor to die in front of you so you can get vengeance for them.
Exactly. You need something to drive.
Everyone needs their
hero's
Obi-Wan,
journey.
especially if they become a lich and they just show up again. They're like, well, your training's not over, Luke.
Is that what you're describing the Force Ghost? A lich. I mean, honestly, that's yeah.
Are you kidding me? I mean,
I've never thought about it in that way, but they do really describe it as like giving up their mortal form for like unlimited power, don't they?
Yeah. Should be called Force Liches. That's all I'm saying. They can still canonically, well, not canonically anymore. In the EU, they could occupy people's bodies and just take them over. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
you may not have heard my rant about Luke Skywalker marrying a space battleship, but that's canon too in the old. It's not canon anymore, but it used to be.
I am very familiar with the Mara Jade and everything, but I don't remember.
This was like 20 years after the Mara Jade sequence of events.
Okay.
I mean, she's dead by the time he gets remarried to a space battleship ghost. It's fucking complicated. I mean, we all know Chewbacca, the only way to kill him is to hit him with a moon, but not enough people, I think.
Yes. Yeah.
Not enough people, I think, are talking about the Space Ghost battleship.
Yeah, I feel like that has gotten lost in the sea of Star Wars possibility.
Well, you also have droids that can use the Force. People that can use the Force to influence droids instead of humans. I mean, what do you...
Yeah, it got wild. I think I hit the Yuzan Vong like era.
Oh, this is before Yuzan Vong, but it was the weird shit. Yuzan Vong was like, they tried to get all the writers and comic artists together for a new storyline push, so that the Star Wars license used to be George Lucas said, here's a set timeline of events, put your story wherever you want in it and pay me for the licensing, and you can do whatever you want. There's only been a few retcons in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
All right. What else is Hillbilly doing when he isn't thinking about Marvel and Star Wars? Because I'm apparently the voice in his head.
What else is he doing? I mean, yeah, he's continuing his just the level of nerves and concern that he has, given the word of Blake and what it's doing and its entrenchment in the Free Worlds League. And, I don't know, he's probably reached out to his family in Andurian to make sure that they're doing okay, safe.
Oh boy, you get messages back indicating that it would be nice to hear from you more often, and if you would go on television and publicly state that you are throwing your support behind Thomas Mark for Primus of the Word of Blake, it would be helpful to your family back home.
Not suspicious in the remote.
Yeah.
And
it's one of those messages from your family where you're pretty sure that they were told to write that. Because it would be
he's
good
familiar
for them.
with that.
Yeah.
Right. I feel like, that's 100%, standard communication at this point, since all of it has been filtered for much of his life through various channels of that nature. And, starting his own in as much secrecy as possible, but seeing as how he could start to move his family or, folks slightly less out of any firing lines that may be starting to form, things like that.
Well, I have news for you.
Yeah.
Your man Percival made his appearance as the Knight of the Grail in his Night Star and absolutely rolled over his opponent. This guy was piloting a Banshee, and the Night Star just deleted him from existence very quickly.
Yeah, that's a pretty powerful mech.
Percival has taken to fighting from as long a range as possible and laying down, Gauss PPC fire. Basically, he's basically like a mini Devastator.
Yeah. Perfect. And yeah, Hillbilly will take him out, celebrate and enjoy that success with him.
Okay. He invites Linhilder to join the two of you.
Of course.
And then kind of gives you the
Sibo
code.
will obviously be invited to come along.
At a certain point of the night, he tries to bro code you into exiting the party that you started to leave the two of them alone. It's 100% personal for sure.
Hillbilly will take the hint. He's like, I've got a couple other invitations for the evening. I got to go see some faces, make a few new connections, but have fun.
Ambient coffee shop noise as you leave, with the two of them seated at a table in a deep discussion on mech tactics.
Perfect.
But if one was to put an anime filter on, he would have heart eyes. That's where the pupils are replaced with hearts.
He's ooh-wooing.
Ooh-wooing? Oh, God, please, no. Even I have limits. Actually, I have a lot of limits, and ooh-wooing is solidly beyond the wall.
Well past.
I don't get it.
I can't even tell you fully what it means. It just
You have exposed yourself, my friend. You are now vulnerable to challenge in your rank 30 spot.
Yeah.
Who will come up from behind? Which of your former competitors might be looking to overtake you?
Great question.
It is a great question. Thank you.
I have come up against Astrid once already. There are many.
I mean, she's vowed not to defeat you until you're rank 1 so that she can be ranked.
Oh, okay. That's
that
smart.
Doesn't mean, that's not how rankings work, right? Like, someone will just be like, all right, these two have to fight.
We're doing this.
Young woman picking up 2 dolls. All right, they have to fight now. Meh. All right, now he's a terrorist and he's stolen her and they're making their way. Listen, I know I've seen the complicated soap opera like storylines that like 5-year-old kids put together. I'm like, who is teaching these children these things? Their storytelling is so incomprehensible yet creative. Now I understand how Korean soap operas get made. Just throw a bunch of kids in the room and take all the storylines they come up with, and that's one episode.
Children treat everything like improv. It's all yes and. Like, there's no.
That is not my experience with children. It's mostly no. I don't want to eat my vegetables.
Well, yeah, that's when you're trying to get them to do things.
Yes. My God. Stop running around. No.
Never. Extremely unlikely.
Stop pulling your sister's hair. No. I'm telling you.
Absolutely not. Trust me, I was a younger brother.
I was an older brother, so my younger sister was a menace. Still is. Hasn't changed.
Yeah. My older sisters.
Wow. That sounds like it was rough.
We had fun.
All right. Training with Brody?
Yep, that's the plan.
All
so
right.
I do not get.
Not yet. Haven't achieved. Are you a legend yet?
Not yet. No.
It's all that training you've done for people, leading the stable, creating new mech warriors.
It's held me back. But that's the way it goes. I am one experience away at this point from being able to switch over to legend.
Oh boy. Perfect. The good news is next time if you live, you will become a legend, win or lose.
That's true. I hope I live, but you could never know.
All right. You got anything else?
That's all I got.
I'll see you in 2 weeks or maybe tomorrow. Who knows?
All right. Sounds good.
Have a good afternoon. And for you, audience at home, have a good time zone.